This is deck number 3 in the 3 diamond series as you try to take down the solo battle using only 3 diamond or less rarity cards, and oddly, this is the deck that did it for me. It's focusing on paralysis and easy power. So right now, one of the biggest synergies we see in the Starmie EX decks, for example, is Golduck, because it's a great amount of power very early and very cheap. You're doing the exact same thing here with Voltorbit Electrode. So you want to push out that power as a quick attack to get chip away power before your opponent has a chance to get any kind of evolutions down into stage 1 or even worse, stage 2. But in the meanwhile, while you're doing that, you are trying to build up Electric and Electros, which is not a card you typically see in a lot of meta decks, but in this it actually quite works because you're trying to keep on paralysis. That's why Pincurchin is also in here too. Just in case you have the opportunity to use Pincurchin as a little tiny bit of a meat shield. He still has 70 HP, so at least it's something. It can take a hit or two, put a couple of energy on it, and then try to keep your opponents in paralysis as long as possible. That's why the Electros actually does a great job, because not only are you putting out 80 damage, 140 on the health side is nothing to sneeze at either, then you're also putting out the ability for your opponent to not attack. So hitting 80, 80, 80, in addition to holding off attack, that's a great defensive play. It's a defensive type of strategy as you're facing your electric Pokemon. So remember, you're always wanting to play into your weaknesses and your strengths in these 3 diamond synergies. So by pushing the Electros line, it actually feels quite good. The classic Zapdos is in here as a last line potential. Try and get something to happen because yeah, it's 100, which is good. And you can take a couple of hits. You could use it essentially as a turn 1 meat shield if you absolutely needed to, but be careful because you are hitting your own benched Pokemon for 30 a pop. This is one I would only really play if you know you can absorb 3 hits from your own Zapdos, because it might take that much from your opponent to take it down. So be very careful with this one, but it's also a great defensive card, and you're going to need that type of defense. This is the deck I recommend trying because it worked for me. Hopefully it works for you too as well. Once again, my name is Guest, and the deck link is down below.